starters, welcome back to the fourth match in this league, and we are presented with a mulligan on the draw. Always nice to start a game off with a mulligan. A match, I should say. Otherwise, I mean, where else will you mulligan but in the beginning of a game, I guess. But yeah, this is clearly not a keep. 5 lands, no. If this was a Tasigur, I could potentially see keeping it. On the play, I think. On the draw, I still don't think I would keep it. Looks like my opponent is presented with a harder choice. If it was the other way around, 5 spells, 2 lands, I would snap keep. Unless it was like 4 fatal push. And I might not. Sure. So, oh, we do have Copehagen's commands in the deck. Neat. Delta. Blood Crypt. I smell Death Shadow. Guess you take Delver here. Unless you have Fatal Push, then you take Snapcaster Mage. I realized yesterday that Snapcaster Mage is my favorite Magic card. I mean, first of all, it's an invitational card, which is kinda amazing. Second of all, it's an all-star format. Every format where Delver or where Snapcaster has been or currently is legal, it's just the best. Like the actual best. No. I guess if my opponent has Snapcaster Mage here, then so be it. I mean, I would prefer that, I think. Now I can keep Mana Leak up, which they don't know about. Snapcaster Mage Thoughtseize. I guess that's worth Mana Leaking. And they had to tap this way because they wanted to have mana open for Thoughtseize. Yeah, I would reveal Serum Visions. And I think I just click my opponent. I do think I have to get like Steam Vents though. Getting second island here seems very greedy. How is this bad? I guess if they have like Fatal Push or no, Electrolyze doesn't do it. Copehagen's command would be kinda bad here. Death Shadow, Death Shadow, Death Shadow Gurmag. Oh, crap. Okay. I guess I take... Okay, so how is it? If I let them have everything, they're gonna Scalding Tarn, but if they crack it, they go to 8. Then they're dead. So they can't do that. They can crack it to get 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I just leave everything, actually. So they don't draw a removal spell, because if they go crack this, they die. They know about my Copehagen's command. So at best they can play 2 Death Shadows. And then I can like attack with one of these. Perhaps. If they fetch... But that doesn't help them. if they fetch a basic that's not a swamp, obviously, they have 4, 5, 6, 7. They can play Gurmag and one Death Shadow. Depending on how they play, I can also call against command back Snapcaster and make them discard a card. Okay, so they took the middle road. Yup. Yup. Mana leak. So I think I attack with 1. Let's see, they go up to 6. Maybe that's bad. But I guess they only have... But what can they draw? They can draw... No, that's fine. That is fine. I can't attack with both because then they kill me, but this is actually fine. Play Serum. Fatal Push has to be pretty good. Yeah, now I feel pretty safe. So they have Death Shadow. Yeah, see, that doesn't cut it. So, say I drew a blank here. I have to block. Then they do survive. Now I don't have to. No, I don't feel like blocking. Oh no, what could he have? If I had drawn a bolt, I would have attacked with both, obviously. Okay. And that's game. You're dead to my flyers. Yep, you have much more power than I do. You're so vain. Thoughtseize could be good. Nile Spellbomb could be good. It all depends on what my opponent tries to do, I guess. I guess we cut Spell Pierce for Thoughtseize, and then we cut Brutality for Spell Bomb and Is a Charm for Spell Bomb. We're only gonna use it as a bad Spell Pierce in this matchup, probably, because we want all our cards. And then I'd rather have Mana Leak. Easier to cast and just better, if that's all we're gonna do. Or I guess I would rather have Spell Pierce also. I think this is a very interesting matchup, and I do like that it exists different versions of Death Shadow. It's not, oh, it's Death Shadow, it's always the same. Like Grixis Delver, it's always the same. Can't be anything else. I guess you can play Grixis Control. Then you like you swap the Delvers, and you swap like you just you make the curve a bit higher, so you get better in the late game. But I already think this deck is quite good late game. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. This hand is not fantastic, but if we get to Mana Leak something, we might be there. I mean, it's so unlikely that they go turn 1 Death Shadow. Okay. You can either pick my interactive card or my turn 1 play. That is up to you. can't take Tasigur. Take Mana Leak. Okay. I can respect that. Yeah, I think that's just better. If they have a Thoughtseize, then that's bad. So they can go to 15, they can go to 13. I guess they can have a Mana Leak, or perhaps they have Counter Squall? Guess not. Oh, a Thoughtseize. And it's free to cast? Don't mind if I do. Let's see what you're working with. Oh, Copehagen, Death Shadow, Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push. I don't care about push. I don't really care about Death Shadow. It is a bit annoying with a bunch of Copehagen's commands. So let's say they can fetch and go to 15. I don't think I take Lightning Bolt either. Guess I take Copehagen's command? Sure. I have to watch my life total a little bit as well. Yeah, I guess we keep. I guess I could have kept Thoughtseize. If I draw Snapcaster, I might want to go Thoughtseize. You drew Thoughtseize. Okay. Then you can... No, you still can't play Death Shadow. Kinda funny. I guess if I attack, you can. 12. I still think that's fine. I'm just gonna empty my hand. So now you can play Death Shadow, but can it block? You go to 9, it's gonna be a 4/4. No, you cannot block. I guess technically my opponent can block and bolt themselves. Seems weird. I'm gonna cycle this now. So they have one card I don't know about. And I drew Fatal Push. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. I think I win more games if I attack him down to 8 with 6 points of burn and a removal for his only creature. You can't take this untapped, because then you die. Unless, I guess, the card you drew was Dispel? Okay. Still, this is a very losing line for my opponent. Inquisition. That's a good draw. Okay. Still, my opponent is at 1. And I could double bolt Death Shadow if I want to. I think I just go for the good old Tasigur. Oh, Delvers. Sure. Scalding Tarn. So I can kill Death Shadow if I sacrifice my Tasigur. I don't think I want to do that. I'm just gonna play Delver and pass, and if my opponent kills it, then that's fine. Swamp. So my opponent can kill... Let's see, if they like Copehagen's command my Delver and make me discard, I can double bolt them, then they have lethal, so that's not good. If they Copehagen's command Delver and forces me to discard, I can double bolt Death Shadow. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna... Where am I? Nah. That I shouldn't have fetched there. So now if I attack with both... that doesn't seem very good for me. Let's see. No. This is so awkward. I want to remove... I don't want to draw Mana Leak, I don't want to draw Serum Visions, I don't want to draw Spell Bomb or Delver on lands. I guess it was everything but Fatal Push. So I kind of want to draw Fatal Push. Okay, I'm gonna pass the turn to you. Let's see what you do. Yeah, I think just let that happen. Even though if I use Tasker, I have a high chance of getting Fatal Push back. Still don't think that's good for me. I think they should have used Copehagen's command, perhaps. Another Death Shadow, okay. We are getting close to ending this game, I think. One way or another. Oh, I get Delver? I want Fatal Push or Terminate. But I can't go into a negative trade when my opponent has Copehagen's command. That seems very foolish. I could send in Gurmag, for example. But now I kind of force them to keep mana open, which they don't want to do. I'm just gonna use this again. If they Copehagen's command Delver and I discard Thought Scour, that's fine. Yay. Yeah, that seems like a very good card to draw. Please give me that. Now they kinda have to Copehagen's command. Or Bolt. Snapcaster. Fatal Push is the plan. Okay. Yep. No, not Thought Scour. Serum Visions. I drew a Mana Leak. Mana Leak is probably pretty good. It's like one removal spell and I can end this. I also have Lethal Burn, but I have to spend it so that my opponent can't attack. I could go like end of turn, Copehagen's command, and then bolt. That would work. Okay, here comes the clowns. So let's see, my opponent can bolt me. I think I used double block. So I have 10 toughness, so one bolt isn't enough, and Copehagen's command certainly isn't. I think that's a good trade for me. Guess now if they go land, they have lethal burn in hand. They did not. Black, red, random. Let's see if they have a counter. No, not right now at least. Guess then we go for a bolt. I'm going to attack and they have to block. And then I guess on their upkeep I bolt. So let's see. And then I can actually zero missions. And we drew the fatal push. Nice. Finally. A bit late, but... And if they do anything now, like Copehagen's command, I just bolt them. And there's nothing they can do. Yeah, facing Death Shadow is like walking on a knife. You have to be... As long as you're very, very careful with what you're doing, it's fine. Yes! Thanks for watching. I'll bring you the fifth match. Holy crap. See you shortly for that.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/magicgatheringstrategy.